Monday and Tuesday, May 16th and 17th, 2022. The Sun is in Taurus and Moon is in Sagittarius. Now, we have one sign that's very grounded and another sign that is not so much. But I want to talk about some very important ideas with this Sun and Moon. So, with Sagittarius, this is the sign that is very Centaurian. And I'm going to talk about, I want to talk about the idea of mad horse, because Sagittarius is part horse and part human. There's a free element of the real need to break out of the whole, fenced in feeling, that restricted feeling where we feel like, oh my gosh, I can't get anywhere, I can't make any bounds because I'm so stuck where I am. I'm on a stair step and I'm not rising on that stair step to be able to get to a higher place. And indeed, it's rising to higher places, rising to new heights that really, really corresponds with that Sagittarius sign. Because one of the phrases of this that comes to mind is "Don't fence me in," and there's a really, really popular song with Sagittarius. Like if you were to put a Sagittarian, this is sort of, stereotypical, typecast of Sagittarius, and a whole field of flowers and plants and wonder and no boundaries, there's no limits. And going throughout the whole land, exploring throughout the whole, ramparts, the native people, the birds, all the varieties, the trees, the grass, the flowers, all of these types of things, then it would be a wonderful opportunity for the Sagittarian to explore. And I'm going to step into the feeling with Sagittarius of simply stepping outside your house and being in nature. The fresh air that comes with nature. The vitality that comes with nature. Because there's just an open feeling like, I feel like I can go throughout so much possibility where the sky is the limit. That's really, really a key theme where, if you think about the Sagittarius shooting the arrow, you're going to chase that arrow down somewhere. You're going to go find it. And it's where you find it, like I'm looking on this tree-rooted ridge, for instance. But then I want to go beyond to see what lies further out. Is there a brook with some fish that had, very interesting, textural colors and, designs and colors and types and sizes and shapes. I mean, I can go on and on. But it certainly doesn't stay in the same place. Now, Taurus likes the comfort. It likes the same things. But this is a wonderful time. It's very enthusiastic. Sagittarius is like, let's go do this, let's go do that, and Taurus is like, okay, well, let's be grounded about it. So together, they can really, really balance out. Now, if I had a chart with either Sagittarius or Gemini as a sun sign, I would want my moon to be in Taurus because they're wonderful signs. They give the oomph to life. Like, life turns on. If I were to walk into a room and turn the light on, boom, I see Sagittarius. Boom, I see Gemini. But we don't want to get so caught up in going over here, going over there. Where is it going to meet in the middle? And how are we going to plot out land? How are we going to lay foundations? How are we going to develop something that is going to be on the time table? Right where we want it. Right there. It's right there. So it's sort of the home and comfort, but then exploration. But at best it can be like, oh, I am healthfully detached, like I'm exploring Mother Nature, I'm exploring the beauty that it has to provide me with both Taurus ruling Mother Earth, ruling the plants, the birds, the bees that provide the honey and nectar, for the flowers. They provide it or they get it. And so, that's Mother Earth. Let's go explore Sagittarius, Mother Earth, Taurus. And so it definitely gives that very exciting, it's like, oh my gosh, look at all of the wonder that I am seeing around me. Look at all the rich bounty that I am seeing around me right now. Now, we have Mercury retrograde. And this is Mercury retrograde in Gemini. So think about, what am I consuming? What am I taking in that is really not serving me, which is bringing me down, which is really, lowering my energy. And, some days we just feel not abundant, where we're just so consumed in negative thoughts. We're grounding in meditation and calming the mind down. Really, really taking super good care of our mental health during this time. And Gemini is the mind. And Mercury retrograde is a wonderful time to reflect. And Jupiter in Aries says, take action. Go and do what, actually, because Jupiter gives sort of that hot spot. It, it goes into a sign, and it really shines a light upon those characteristics and makes the characteristics of Aries very pronounced, makes it clear, and is really a huge energy. It's that huge energy because Jupiter is big. It's really, really big, and it makes the energy big, noticeable, definite. And indeed, this is, it's energy. And going back to May 10th, it was sort of funny that we had Jupiter moved into Aries and Mercury going retrograde. And I was watching an astrologer that I have linked, and she was saying, 1 foot on the pedal, 1 foot on the brakes. But we can balance these two energies out together. We can become more mindful of a lot of things. And with that, we can think before we act. And, it's just this sort of, like, if, where you have the scale, you have two pans, and they would be balancing each other out. And so, with this combination, it just makes the delays more noticeable, where, all of that energy where we feel like this is not happening quick enough. Because Jupiter and Aries, we want things to happen fast. We want things to happen right now, instantaneous results. Like, let's go. I am sitting on energy. I want this to happen now. And right now, there is speaking in my personal life, there's a computer that I am currently waiting on. And, and yesterday I was really, really feeling that energy of impatience, feeling very down because it's not happening quick enough, because of just the days of not having a computer, and just, what am I to do with that? And of course, it's not the, end of the world. It's not, anything bad. It's a nice opportunity, building character, and to, try to do other things. But I don't want to try to fib about how I felt, because I've been having the same computer for 4 years, and so, turning that in and then, handing it over. But it'll all sort of come together in the end, and it will be fine. This is really the first Mercury retrograde that this is the retrograde that I have been the most affected by in my life. I mean, there was one back in 2021. It was like Mercury retrograde in Aquarius, and I was using a tool to record videos, and the tool that I was using didn't work. It was a recording tool, and when I pressed record, then when I stopped the recording, I clicked that button again to see, oh, well, is the video ready? And the thing kept spinning round and round and round and round and round, and it didn't work. And eventually, sometimes it did show that, like, it was ready, it was processed, but here's the deal. It only showed, like, a little bit of the video, a little bit of, just that video that I recorded. And so that was very, very disappointing, and that was a waste of all that hard work that I just spent so much time, so much of my energy to produce, and, etc., etc. So it can really, really have an effect on the technology, and it was an Aquarius, and Aquarius does rule over new things, new technology. So, that sort of got me there. But so anyway, that is the in-depth lunar sun-moon horoscope for, today, really, because the moon's going to move into Capricorn. Tomorrow it's going to be there, and it's going to be a different flavor. With that sun and Taurus. It's going to be that double Earth day, and I have shorts that pop up, that are going to be popping up, and I can say this now, and probably change my mind every single day on my YouTube channel, as little tidbits, as little, bits of knowledge and, wisdom to, maybe get through your day, just little ideas. And you can also, and I'm currently really enjoying doing those little things, because I think that, doing short things, is sort of fun, where there's more with short videos you can give with, longer videos. Maybe less is more, and, limitations. There's limitations, and I do want to touch on limitations, because it's been a prevalent theme in my life, which I've been very sensitive to in 2022, of where there's limitations, but what is the opportunity that those limitations can provide? How is it not limiting? What do you still have? What can you still do with the limitations and use it in a productive way? So that is what I want to say. Thank you for tuning in.